We're Josiah and Lauda, and we exchanged traditional comforts for a life filled with adventure, peace, and freedom when we moved into our van Paz in June of 2021.
Join us as we explore alternative ways of living outside the system.
We are in Montañita. This is the coast of Ecuador. This is our first time in the coast, and it's a really nice beach where we are staying in a hostel, like very close to the beach.
Yeah, so the weather's a lot nicer, well, different. It's a lot warmer than what we've been used to for the last week. We're only thinking to stay here for a couple days, but it's hard to plan when you're backpacking, so we'll see what happens. We're super excited to come to this town. I mean, obviously getting to the beach, swimming in the ocean, but also we had met this couple that was telling us about Montañitas. They had come here years ago and they were talking about how it was the perfect vibe and there are tons of hippies everywhere and we love the experience. And we got here and it's a beautiful place, but it's not exactly what we expected. So when we were at the hostel, we were asking people about, what their experience has been and like over the years how it's changed. And we met this guy who's actually Colombian, but he's been living in Ecuador for like 30 years. And this Rastafarian, super hippie, like he sells his bracelets and necklaces on the street. And he was explaining, he's like, no, like what Montañitas used to be is something completely different than what it is now. And we see this happening all over the place.
Yeah, but he's still here, and I think it's because he's trying to look for that old Montañita, because he's still here. He still loves this town, not because what it is now, but what it used to be. It happened to me also in Colombia. There is this town close to the beach called Palomino, and I remember the first time I visited Palomino, and the vibe, it was like the same, similar to Montañita, I guess. And I told you, and we went there last year, and how was your experience?
I don't think that my experience was the same as what yours was the first time, because I mean there are these big hotels that they built on the beach in the last few years, and it's changed the dynamic not only of how much space there is to be on the beach, but also the type of people that it attracts, right? So it used to be something where people were sleeping in tents or at hostels, and now rather than staying in a hammock, you're going to an all-inclusive resort, or you're going to like a private beach area.
I think not all people, because I'm the kind of person that go there looking for that old vibe, right? Yeah. But you're right. I realize that now it's very commercialized, and what you said, and it's really sad because now we have to walk or look for a piece of beach because it's crowded.
Crowded with buildings.
It's crowded, and also all those resorts and buildings.
And I think both Montañitas, Palomino, and many other places, it still attracts people that are looking for the hippie vibe. So we found some really beautiful people, beautiful souls here, and I'm happy that we came here. It's just a different environment, right? So it's like what used to be this like hippie-landia that we all got to just like experience together. Now it's a mix of like, you still have the hippies, but you have all sorts of other people that have come to make money. And I think we see this all over the world where something becomes popular, and so it attracts more people, and when more people come, there's more opportunity to make money, and so then the people with money that want to start businesses and make money off the tourism come in and they start building, and then it changes the dynamic, it changes the environment of what used to be something so pure.
For me, maybe the real people, the one that used to know that place, all those hippies that we call, maybe they will realize, it's not Montañita or it's not Palomino anymore. We're looking for a new town, right? And also because everything is expensive, so they cannot afford that. But I think that when a place gets popular, it attracts all kind of people, and people with a lot of money, wealthy people, they wanted to visit those places. So now the hotels are full of those people, not the hippies. Something that I would like to clarify or would like to say, like in my perspective, when we talk about hippies, it doesn't mean like people that don't shower, right? We are talking about people that is authentic, living with their open heart,
Like free spirits.
free spirits. Because when we talk about hippies, I'm talking about those people that you can really connect and feel free to be yourself.
And this doesn't just happen in towns that are like hippie towns. This happens in all sorts of different places. You can look at Machu Picchu we were talking about, or like many other historic sites where someone takes a shot on Instagram and it goes viral, and so everyone else wants to take a picture there, so then it becomes super popular. And it's like, when things become popular, it kind of makes me sad because I know that the environment is going to change, right? Like gentrification happens all over the United States. I remember when I was living in Miami, Wynwood, this beautiful town with so much history, so much culture. It's like the art district. There's graffiti all over the buildings, and now it's the most expensive place to live in Miami because they, businesses or businessmen and women came in and built these high rises, and now it's like it's chic or it's cool or it's, I don't even know what you call it. But all the people that created the culture, not all, but many of those people can't afford to live there now, so then they have to leave.
Yeah.
So it has the spray paint on the walls, but it doesn't have the culture.
Yeah.
So we often show the adventurous, wonderful side of traveling, but that's not everything. Sometimes there's also the more difficult side. Laura's been sick for the last couple days. We're here in the hostel. She's sleeping. She's pretty medicated. You can hear the music outside. Saturday night, so the music will probably be going all night, and hopefully Laura feels a bit better tomorrow. But she still has a fever, her throat's hurting, she's a headache, so yeah, this is part of backpacking.
I think the essence of a place is the most important thing, and it is still a beautiful town, and we had an amazing time. I got sick. But I will always love the beach.
I've been sick the last couple of days, so just I had to cook the breakfast.
So I've made arepas before, but we're in a hostel, so you have to get used to using what's here. And
All the time I'm a supervisor, right?
so they didn't turn out very great.
These are Josa's arepas. This one is mine. Which one is better?
What I love going to is places where the people that live there are living their lives and I'm coexisting with them. So rather than the whole industry being catering to me as a tourist, it's just like I get to watch locals on the beach. I get to watch people that maybe are from other places, but sure, they sell their jewelry or they sell their food, whatever it is, but they're part of the town, they're part of the experience, they're enjoying themselves. It's not just like, here are the tourists, we need to give them the most comfortable experience to make money off of them, because that's what the town turned into.
I just realized that I have flu and it's just as fault because he was telling me over and over and over again that I would get sick if I left my, retenedores everywhere. So boom, I got sick because of you.
I don't think either one of us is against people making money or having businesses or making a living. I think both of us just recognize the reality of how environments change in towns once the focus goes from the culture to making money. And for us as travelers, it's a little bit sad because we never visited Montañita 20 years ago, so we'll never know what that experience is. But we did hear from this guy in the hostel about what the new Montañita is and how those people have moved to different towns. And so we're gonna try to experience that before the end of the trip. And it's been a beautiful experience. Like, yeah, Laura's been sick, and that's been a unique experience. It's been more difficult, but I think we survived. And on to the next town.
And don't forget to like and subscribe if you like our channel.